Can you give like a quick intro about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Quinn. I was a professional Dota player. I just retired this year, won some tournaments and stuff. I mean, I still stream Dota, but I just play Deadlock because I think it's fun.
I mean, from my perspective, you know, you were like the best North American mid laner, if not like, you know, in terms of legacy or whatever. Like, I mean, I guess you could say Sumail as well, but like, you know, definitely one of the GOATs for sure. And like, yeah, you didn't win TI, but still, I mean, I wouldn't undersell it. How long have you been playing Deadlock for? Like, I saw your streams like earlier this week and I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize you played Deadlock at all.
I have 120 hours. I played it some like 8 months ago or something, whatever the period where like it had the massive spike and
yeah, that's like, oh, funnily enough, that's over a year ago at this point.
Is it really? Okay. I played it like some then, and then I stopped because Pro Dota picked back up again. And then when all the 6 heroes came out or whatever recently, I started playing it again, and yeah. I just like the game.
What do you feel like right now is holding you back? Obviously, you don't have a lot of hours, so obviously, like knowing every hero and like items, I'm sure are still confusing to you and all that stuff.
Yeah, I definitely don't know what all the items do. I haven't even read most of them. I just like buy what's in the heckin' guide from left to right. I have some questions about what I should be doing at given points in the game, like stuff like at X moment, should I push this lane or should I hit the tower compared to farming a camp? Right. What camps are worth it to kill? Like how fast do you need to kill a camp for it to be worth it to kill a camp? If you're winning the game, what is the ideal gameplay? Is it stealing their camps and what are the stupid punch boxes are, or is it like is it ganking? Yeah, are you trying to rush down all guardians as fast as possible, or what is the sort of
what's the game plan,
the general consensus? Yeah, and
also like I mean you have 120 hours, so you've probably come to this realization already, but the biggest difference is like in this game you basically want to like perma push, right? Especially in laning stage, whereas like obviously in Dota it's very different depending, but oh
yeah, I was also curious about that actually. Like in lane, is it like at the start of the lane? I've like watched streams sometimes and I see like some players who just like full shoot the enemy and they play aggro and they're like standing on the side and stuff and shooting the enemy, and then sometimes they just full only hit the creeps, just full push the wave immediately from start of the lane. And I'm assuming that's a matchup thing, but I was curious if that was the case or if it's a heroes like only dependent on your hero or whatever, this type of thing.
Okay, we can talk about all of that. The way that I like to do it is basically we just take one of your games and yeah, we'll just kind of get right into it. And are you the Mina in this game, or I know you were playing Mina? Oh no, you're the Wraith.
Yeah, Wraith.
You're a jungle gremlin, bro.
Like I said, I'm tinkering with what the heck it's supposed to look like, you know.
Bro is only hitting the jungle. That is so funny. Yeah, so the first thing that you'll have to understand is that the way carries get rich in this game is actually the biggest difference is in the way that you start snowballing. So basically, like you kind of want to hit your timings a lot earlier in this game as opposed to Dota, because the games are just way shorter in general, right? Like at a high level, like if you watch any tournaments, like the games end like 25 minutes. So you kind of need to hit your timing around like 15 to 20 minutes is when you want to like spike. And basically the way that you snowball, especially on Wraith, is you want to try to like kill walkers. Because when you're alone near a walker, the way that it works, I don't have the exact formula, but you essentially get most of the souls by yourself when you kill the walker alone. Getting a solo walker kill will essentially give you like 3k souls, or like some ridiculous amount, not 3k, but it'll give you like a shit ton, and you'll just get rich and you'll hard snowball. And so basically like lane pressure is like super important. There's not as much kill threat in this game, so let's look at their items, for example. I mean, this is kind of like still basically slightly noob rank, right? So people don't really buy utility. So as you can see, like nobody on their team has anything to stop you from using your TP, like literally nothing. So you can just like shove waves pretty aggressively a lot of the time. Are you aware of like the main items that prevent you from using your TP as Wraith, or no?
I know there's some silence items. I can't remember what they're called.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so basically there's a few. Okay, so slowing hex is it's like a cheap item that like when you read it, it seems kind of OP, and it kind of is, but a lot of things are balanced by active slots in this game as well as like the whole slot system. But slowing hex essentially prevents you from using any movement ability like your TP for 3.5 seconds. So that's one of the items. And then another one of the items is silence wave, which is like the silence item that you spoke about. This is just like a 3-second silence in an AoE. If you'd like to receive insights into your gameplay and have similar discussions as I'm having with Quinn in this video, check out Deathslime Academy. Deathslime Academy is a project that I started a few weeks ago, which is a private community within the Deathslime Discord, which is $14.99 a month, which gives you access to coaching VODs, live classes, which I hold at least 3 a week, including things like lane practice, hero masterclasses, VOD review raffles, etc. It's essentially a cheaper way to get access to my coaching and insights, as well as to get access to a community of like-minded individuals that all want to improve. Now, if you just want a Deadlock community and you don't want to pay any money, that's completely reasonable, and the Death Slam Events Discord also offers that. We offer pickup games for free to everybody who wants to play, even lower ranked players. So check it out. You'll see the link in the comment, and you know, it's free. So just check it out, have a good time, and come join us. We'd love to have you. So first thing is Wraith is not a good laner.
Yeah,
she kind of sucks. So you're basically like in Wraith, you're just like on mode like hit troopers. That's basically your priority. And you know, if you're just better than the enemy, then you can take trades or whatever. But for the most part, you're just focusing on hitting troopers should be your kind of idea. Taking trades is fine, but you just have to be a little careful about it. It's okay because you have a dictator as your teammate. Kelvin, this hero is super broken.
That is what I heard.
Basically, like, he shoots cannonballs, and he has all the best base stats, and he has base spirit resist, and he also has good base damage, and good base health, and yeah, he doesn't really have weaknesses. Okay, so in lane, basically the kind of like as Wraith here, these trades in between waves, I would say should generally be somewhat disadvantageous to you if you didn't have like Kelvin just fucking running at them. So this is fine. My priority would basically be, okay, outside of pressure, well, now you obviously have like a shit ton of pressure on them, so you should keep it up. But outside of that, it's basically just boxes and the small camp.
Sure. What is the small camp? 3 minutes? When is it?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, I see.
The replay timer is like a little... You should try to kill it insta if you don't have like pressure on them, right? So right now, it's fine for you to pressure because, like, you know, they're so bad. They're like so hurt, right? Since they're so hurt, I don't want you to, like, right now, I wouldn't want you to go back and do the camp.
Yeah.
Right now, I want you to, like, keep the pressure and just kill them, because Wraith Talon's 1 HP.
Okay, so general principle is similar to Dota, in which if you have pressure, you should always abuse the pressure compared to economy, or...
Yes, correct.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay to sacrifice a little bit of economy if you get the kill, because if they miss a wave, it's, like, really, really bad for them. So if they die and they miss a wave, like, you basically, like, win the lane.
At what point should you start hitting the tower? Like, if you push the wave in, it's like shooting them compared to shooting the tower.
Yeah. So it depends on which hero you are. Some heroes don't have any, like, pressure under tower, right? So if you're playing Abrams, like, you're not going to do any damage to them. So you might as well shoot the tower. But if you're playing Wraith, you can actually use the cards on them. So right there, for example, it's a very small thing, but you could have canceled Great Talon's Healing Right. You maybe didn't hear it, but Great Talon Healing Righted, and you could have curved your card around the wall and canceled it. So I would say as Wraith, I would focus your cards on them rather than the tower when they're this low.
But do they have extra armor under Guardians too, or is that just walkers?
That's just walkers.
So no,
the tower doesn't give like armor. No, they don't have anything extra. It doesn't give regen or armor or anything. They're basically kind of like useless. The thing about Guardians is that at 10 minutes as Wraith, you can literally walk up to a Guardian without a wave and just kill the Guardian by yourself and leave.
Yeah. Okay, so there's no backdoor on Guardians ever?
No, never a backdoor. So you can literally just like you can run at a Guardian like at any point. Like if you're ever behind, sometimes just feeding for Guardian can be a play. Like if you're having a shit game, you know?
Yeah, okay.
You would need to be like really behind for that to be worth, but like sometimes it is. I think with your lane, essentially, like the biggest problem that I've seen here is just, it's just like micro stuff for the most part. For example, like if you just played a little bit better and you recognized, hey, I have a shit ton of pressure on them, right? And you just positioned a little bit better and you bought different items. Like right now, all the items that you're buying have the game plan of like, hey, I'm just gonna chill and not fight. All these items are like you're stacking regen, right? So this is out of combat regen. Okay, I'm gonna pause to talk about out of combat regen because this is a little bit peculiar of a stat. But basically there's two types of out of combat in a way, or two cooldowns. One is with like NPCs and another one is with heroes. So I believe, and I'll need to double check the numbers, but I think with NPCs, it's literally like almost instant. It's like 0.5 seconds. So basically if you shoot this trooper, right, and you stop shooting the trooper, 0.5 seconds after, your out of combat regen starts kicking in right away.
So it's only my shooting or it's them shooting? Or being shot rather? I see, okay.
Both. And then I believe for heroes, it's 4 seconds, but I would need to double check. But basically, if you shoot a hero or if the hero shoots you, I believe it's 4 seconds. Now, I'm sure somebody in the chat could fact check that very easily on the wiki. I'm sure that there's the info. I Wander also has the info, but anyway, I think it's 4 seconds. So out of combat is like, that's what you're stacking right now, right? So monster rounds, sprint boots is like meta if you want to basically just like chill. It's like the meta chilling build because this allows you to clear wave and this allows you to go run boxes with your sprint speed and your out of regen combat. So your items aren't matching with like the situation you put yourself in this lane.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I was gonna ask at this point in the lane, is it Like it feels like I cannot hit their tower. I just keep getting nuked if I go and hit the tower.
I mean, correct.
And so at this point, am I supposed to just like push away farm camp and boxes, or?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So as Wraith, you're going to get stuck in these situations more often than not, unless you have a huge, like, okay, so if your improvement is fast enough, you'll get in this period of time where you're just skill diffing the people in lane and you'll be able to win your lane as Wraith, right? But in theory, if you're going against opponents of similar skills to you, you're not going to win your lane as Wraith most of the time. And so your game plan will pretty much be like push wave and then just get a lead through hitting boxes and farming camps. And then the Sinner's sacrifices, you really want to hit them like off cooldown. Basically, as far as like farming hierarchy, like which camps are worth, the thing about Sinners is that on any hero, it's kind of the same because every hero farms Sinners at the same speed because you're just punching them.
And how important is it? Do you need to be back in lane like right when the creeps spawn? Is it ever worth it to miss? Okay, so is it okay to finish some camp and then get there, like this sequence? Was this okay, or should I ban at the wave sooner?
Oh, this is fine. You can let the wave push into your tower a little bit, right? Depending on how much pressure they have. So ideally, you don't want to give up your tower, but giving up your tower is also like, okay, so it's not ideal, but it's not that bad. Here, you should definitely be sliding. Like, especially when you're full auto, because like full auto only lasts like a small amount of time, so you really have to get the most value out of it. Like this sequence that you're doing right now is fine, essentially.
Yeah, okay. Apart from the not sliding.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the execution of it is a little bit, could be improved, but I will say, considering Guy's health, you can definitely just kill her with your ult. So I would probably look for an opportunity to get this kill. But I would say your build is essentially like you're building. You're following a build, obviously, so you're not thinking about it, and that's okay. But the order of items you went here is basically like you're accepting that you're going to be really weak in the lane. Like you're kind of like going for that. Whereas I think you could, at this skill level, itemize like a little bit more aggressively to just get a little bit more damage out of your cards so that you can win the lane a little bit more often.
Sure.
Like a Quicksilver reload, for example, which would not only, well, it would help with farm as well, because it reloads your gun, but it also gives you that extra 44 damage on your card.
I didn't even know it did that. I just thought it did the reload thing.
Okay, so here you're missing, you missed the Sinners timing, by the way. Like we were talking, but Sinners has been a long time ago, right? You could have farmed like 2 Sinners by now. So what I'll tell you, and this will change as you go to higher ranks, but I believe in coaching according to rank, not like telling you like, oh, here's everything you should do perfect. But at this rank, like people are very...
You can steal it?
Yeah, you can just steal it. Like a lot of the time, like the Sinners is still up. You can literally just like push the wave and like just go to their Sinners. And especially since you're Wraith, you can just TP away. And like you can just get their Sinners for free like every game.
I've heard that boxes go up in like, you get more like the soul scale. Do creeps gold also scale, or is that linear?
Everything scales. But the scaling is different. So basically, boxes, they have it like, they have this weird like little balancing philosophy around boxes where they've changed this a lot and they'll probably keep changing it. But basically boxes at some point in the game, like once you get to like 20-25 minutes, boxes actually start being worth like more than camps. Like doing box routes can be better than camps when you're late enough. And if you're like 40 minutes, it's actually like not that close. If you're 40 minutes in the game, doing box routes can get you like so much more money than doing camps. Basically boxes scale super well, like insanely well. But they start out being not that much. Also, the comeback mechanics in this game are we'll definitely talk about the comeback mechanics because I'm sure that you have no idea what the comeback mechanics are, and none of them are intuitive except the urn.
Yeah, like, I know about the urn moving, but that's about it. Yeah,
what if I told you that you get more souls by a percentage for everything that you do, depending on how far behind you are, souls-wise percentage from their team?
Really? Okay.
Like literally farming gives you more money if you're behind.
Okay, is it worth it to kill the ancient creep there, or is it too early to kill the ancient?
It's too early because you don't have a farming item yet. You need like Tesla to kill it probably.
Yeah, okay.
So right now it's just clear Sinners, right? So okay, first thing is the moment the laning stage is over, okay, you're getting the fuck out of the mid lane. Like this is not your home. You hate being here. You know, your side lanes only, because like I said, the way that you snowball, well, first of all, you want to try to get solo souls, but also at this rank, everybody like literally just fights mid perma. Like
yeah, they do. Just it's like Herald Dota that everyone just sits mid like bots.
Yeah, exactly. So nobody does anything. Everybody's just like running at each other without any power spikes or purpose or sense of advantage or anything like that. And therefore, you should not want to be mid. Like mid is the last place that you want to be as carry. So you should just like look to go, and anytime there's a side lane open or anytime there's an opportunity in a side lane, you should go there. And if there's no opportunity in side lane, you should be like Sinner sacrifices maxing, right? It's like here this entire time, I would have hit the Sinner sacrifices to your right. I would have gone in your jungle and gotten the double Sinner sacrifice, which is like the one in the building over there, right?
Yeah.
Like when you go up, this one. I would just be like essentially like just getting my cultist, then getting my Tesla, and then I would start to like, you know, start being aggressive on waves. Because like right now, the problem with the way you're playing right now is since you've been a little bit inefficient with like your soul sources, you're not going to spike early enough in order to be able to carry this game. If you want to carry games in this game, you have to like, you really have to be online at like 15-ish minutes. For example, this mid play is like, you don't want to be here, right? You're half HP. You're not actually that strong right now. Like, I would rather you just go for a trade on another tower. You're going to cultist this creep. Oh, no.
I misclicked. I was so
misclicked. That's okay.
So for just moving around, obviously I know the air vent thing's really good. I pretty much never use them.
Yeah.
Is dash jumping into slide into whatever? Are you supposed to jump slide at the end of the train or the thingy? And is it better to do that? Like, if you're just moving and there's no combat involved, is it best to save enough stamina to keep doing dash jump slides, or is it better to use your stamina bars off cooldown or something?
Yeah, so it depends on your hero and it depends on the stage of the game. Because if you have enough sprint speed, in theory, sometimes just sprinting is fine, right? Especially if you have like fleet foot and stuff. Right now, it's better to just dash jump and then like bunny hop, essentially. You dash jump, you slide, bunny hop, kind of maintain your momentum a little bit. And you also, like, the most important thing is not really that. Like, what you're talking about is like a very small optimization. The most important thing is jump pads and zip lines. You want to basically constantly be using zipline tech. So I don't know if you knew this, but if you get off the zipline with control, you maintain more momentum. Okay, so there was like a death ball meta in this game, and the devs, like, I mean, everybody hated it, but the devs also hated it. And so they basically like fucking nuked death balling, like in like many different ways. First thing is soul splitting is like super disadvantageous the more people you go. Like, if you're splitting souls with 5 people, it's like ultra super mega grief. Like, you're literally getting nothing. The other way is also like walkers take less damage based on the amount of people that are near them, amount of allied players for you. So if you're like 5 people shooting a walker, it has like damage resist. Death balling in this game is very bad, except you've probably also understood that this game is essentially just like mid-boss simulator. Probably understood that.
Yeah, it does seem like, insanely broken. It's 3 Aegises.
Yes, correct. And also, not only that, but the buff gives you more health and more fire rate and more spirit power. So your entire team.
I didn't know that either. They used to give mega creeps. Did they remove that?
Yes. Yeah, they removed that because they wanted to change it. Before, what it did is it halved your entire team's respawn time and get mega creeps. Yeah, and then they removed megas. So there's no way to get megas anymore. I don't know if they'll reintroduce a way. Like, the game is kind of lacking objectives right now. So I do think that it's very likely they'll reintroduce megas at some point. One of the biggest flaws of the game right now is just like in the mid game, there's kind of nothing to do other than mid boss. It's basically just mid boss. How do you feel about the urn? Or like, do you have any questions about the urn, or how do you think about it?
I don't really know when you're supposed to do it or not. Right.
Okay.
I don't know the economy of it, if it's worth it to do or not. When is it worth? Okay. I have no. I don't really understand it at all.
Okay, so first urn is better than a guardian, but not better than 2 guardians. So if you can trade first urn for 2 guardians, you're happy. First urn is at 10 minutes, by the way, because the urn scales like every 5 minutes a new urn spawns, and that urn has like a set amount of souls that it gives. If the urn is ever on your side, it's always the #1 priority. And the way that it's determined whether it's on your side or not is the net worth difference between both teams. It needs to be 10%. If you had 100,000 souls, your team, and their team had 90,000, it would be a comeback urn for them. And if it's ever a comeback urn, you should literally like drop everything that you're doing and do it. It's really the contesting, because you're not going to be losing anything for doing it most of the time, especially like in this level of games, because people are going to be way too slow and you just get it for free basically. So it's usually like I wouldn't call it OP, but it's extremely strong in non-organized levels of play, because people just like give it to you for free.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, here basically at this stage of the game, you would love for this fight to be happening while you're hitting the walker here, right? Like, this is where you want to be. If you were here, you'd be fucking thrilled, because now you'd get this walker by yourself. Wraith literally just insta-kills the walker, and then you'd go from like 18k souls to like 21k. Now, obviously, you know, you don't have a lot of time, so you don't understand the 1v1. So you know, a big part of being a carry is understanding kind of these 1v1 matchups, right? Because a lot of the time you're going to get in these side lanes against the other carries, like the Infernus, for example, and then you kind of need to understand, okay, who wins this 1v1? So if you can ult him, you can win the 1v1, but otherwise, like, you can't. You basically have no chance if you don't ult him. He just fucking kills you. This hero's kind of, well,
I've heard it's broken.
Yeah, this hero's kind of broken. But Wraith is quite strong, to be fair, as well, right now. She's in a really good spot. Okay, so at this stage, this would be when your team should do the urn, right? And I'll pause a little bit about why you should do the urn. Okay, but here, if you look at the net worth, right? It's basically right on the verge of a comeback urn. I'm not sure if it's a comeback urn. We can check. So it's basically like it's gonna flicker. Like, if they get 1 kill or if they get 1 trooper, it would have been an even urn. Your Kelvin should have picked it up a little bit earlier. Now, obviously, there's nothing you could do about this as like a carry player other than communicate, hey guys, we should pick up the urn. But
Sure.
you essentially want to do the urn when you have like an advantage, but it's not so big that it's a comeback urn. Because when it's a comeback urn, it's really hard to do like in these matchmaking games, just because like people just like are like headless chickens running around.
I was gonna ask if you think it's better to not play carry heroes for improvement, because I mean in Dota I think playing carry makes you kind of a bot in a lot of ways, and I don't know if it was similar in this game.
I always hate on carry players. I'm not gonna lie. I always hate on the carry players a little bit. The role is, you know, you just hit your creeps, farm, push your side lane. Look, I think you can learn the game in any role, but I do think that carry is played in a very specific way. That makes the game like much easier to carry. So it's gonna be less frustrating playing carry probably. It does teach you less about like map movement and stuff like that a little bit, because you're kind of just like you're kind of like just following like a very simple flowchart for a lot of the game. Yeah, someone like Geiser in chat suggested you playing Pocket. I think Pocket would be great for you. Wander, who was also in your chat yesterday, was suggesting Pocket for you too. It's basically like for the mid laners, that's gotta be your hero. You also don't need aim on that hero. Just like a Spirit Nuker that like is a super tempo, like insane map presence. Like it's like the puck of this game. It's been one of the hardest heroes for them to balance. Like this hero is like just OP like 90% of the time, because you just fart on people and then they can't play the game, and you can never kill him because he has like infinite iframes and also like movement, and especially at lower ranks where people don't buy silence, like he's just like runs the lobbies.
So then I have some games on Mina. Is it better to look at that so you can give me a general sense of how to move around the map whenever you're not playing the bot role?
Yeah, we can look at that. I mean, we've seen what we need to see from this game. You guys are in a winning position. You should be able to close it out, basically. Like, you were up 20k. All you need to do then after that was just, like, win a fight, go mid-boss, and that was pretty much game. Let's see. They're much less of a jungle merchant this game. I saw a lot of jungle. I mean, okay, Mina is still, like, kind of a carry, but she's not, like, you know... She has a lot more potential to be like active, but she's still like, she's a high like net worth hero for sure, right? Like Mina and Pocket both are like they need money. Like you can't play like low econ Mina, right? You can't just be like super active. Like you still need to like farm. Okay, well, we'll watch the lane, because Mina is a very strong laner as opposed to Wraith.
Yeah, I missed my first spell about 100,000 times. The range is so much shorter than I expected to be. I don't know why.
That's just a small little umbrella. She's strong because of love bites mostly. Obviously Rake is good too. Rake is just like your sustain in lane basically. You're like... You're super squishy glass cannon, but with a lot of sustain. It's kind of a weird archetype. They've also nerfed the sustain because it used to be crazier than this. Basically, it used to be like kind of unkillable in lane unless you one-shot her, because like she just got like a shit ton of healing off of Rake. But now you actually have to like invest a little bit into it. Okay, so obviously the moment Paige shields herself, you should stop trading immediately and just run. You will never win a trade into Paige shield, but when her shield is down, she's not very strong. But when she has her shield, I mean, this is a 200 damage barrier. So you need to do more than 200 damage to her, so, you know, tough ask. Oh yeah, something that you may have realized already, right, is like kind of similar to Dota, right? In this game, one deny in the first 2 waves is actually really important, because if you get one deny in the first 2 waves, you hit your second ability before they do, and then you can like kind of hit a small timing, right, where you have 2 abilities, they have 1.
Oh, okay, all right, didn't know that.
You just need 1 deny. If you get denied once, also you need to know like, oh shit, we got denied, so we're gonna be like missing our second ability, so we shouldn't like on the 3rd wave you want to be careful. Very small like
That's
timing.
so funny that he put the heckin' same thing in. That's so funny.
Like I said, like you said, there's a lot of signs when you look at it. You're doing very well so far. I don't have a lot to say other than the initial trade against the Page. Like everything else that you've done looks quite good. Oh yeah, I saw you get parried earlier. Like I was watching your stream yesterday. Okay, so I want to talk about it a little bit. It's not about not meleeing at all, okay? It's about not heavy meleeing, okay? You should just never heavy melee, like for the most part. Heavy melee DPS is not really even much higher than light melee. And light melee is like, they have to basically, light melee, they have to guess, right? You can't react to a light melee. It's basically instant. So they have to guess like, okay, he's in front of me, and then they just have to try parrying, kind of like the Page did earlier, where she just parried because she's like, oh, maybe he's gonna light melee. Whereas heavy melee is 100% reactable, and if you get parried, it's a death sentence.
Yeah, you're just dead if you ever get parried.
Yes. Exactly. Oh yeah, throwing in light melees on a lot of heroes can be a little bit meta. Obviously, you kind of have to like think about it, because if you just get lucky parried, like there's a little bit of RNG, right? Or kind of mind games. But if you just get parried, like you're dead. So what you're doing so far is really good. Like you're keeping the pressure. I mean, here you should be able to get a kill soon enough. Oh, okay. He already knows about the parry. Yeah, to be fair, you should have just shot him, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought I could arc the melee down. I cannot.
You can.
Okay, I'm just bad then. Never mind.
You can arc the melee down or up, but funnily enough, your model won't change. It's just the hitbox of the melee will change. So if you ever like, okay, so you might see people do this on urn. They'll like double jump when they're depositing the urn. You might have seen this. This is to like dodge the melee, quote unquote, right? But it doesn't actually work if you look up with your melee.
I see. Interesting.
You can punch the person if you just look up. Or at least from my testing, maybe there's like a small angle where you can't. But so why'd you buy extra regen? I think it's just you don't understand the character, I'm guessing. But
I think I was just low and just bought it out of habit.
Right. Okay. Because like obviously this hero has like a ton of sustain through Rake. Rake is basically your regen. So you should never ever buy extra regen on this hero. You guys are stomping them. This should be a tower very soon. Last game you didn't go to the buffs. We'll see if you go this game. I don't think the timing is like in your head yet.
I definitely do not.
Yeah, the buffs are... You can think of the buffs essentially as like they're better than like most buffs are stronger than a tier 2 item at the beginning, and buffs actually scale through the game.
So I'm assuming after how the lane is gone, it's best to push the wave in and hit the tower / hit them.
Yeah, it's best to not do what your Hayes did.
He did press the forbidden button.
He did heavy melee. Now you are a little bit unlucky in this matchup because Billy ults prevents you from TPing. It's one of the few ults in the game that you can't like really dodge, right? Like I mean you can get away from it before, but yeah, it's a little problematic for you. So this is something that's like a little bit unique to Deadlock. Actually, I guess it's not that unique really, but you shouldn't be afraid to reset. Like here, you should just go back to base. Like, especially, okay, so you unlock the zip speed boost. You unlock that at 610, I think, roughly. So you have zip speed boost. So when you have speed boost, you literally miss nothing. And when you don't have speed boost, if you reset right after you kill the wave, you still pretty much miss nothing. But the problem here is like fighting with this low HP. Actually, it looks like it's going to work out for you, but it's very risky. You could have full HP right now. Oh, parry the tower. Do you know about parrying the tower?
Yeah, I do. I just didn't do it, but I do know about it.
Yeah, if you did it, it would have been a good play. Like what you did there was good. It was just like execution. Okay, so once you've taken your tower, what do you kind of try to do right now? Like what's your kind of general thought process?
I mean, I should probably go kill the boxes. And or whatever, not the heckins, you know what I mean, the slot machines.
Yeah.
And then I would either push the wave in and try to pressure the guys in my lane, or look to attack a lane that's up too far in lane / or the wave is pushed in, I suppose, and gank the Guardian.
Right. So like right here, like both your side lanes are pushed in. So what do you think you should do?
Probably go. I can't see if the Guardian is still alive on yellow. Are they all the Guardians dead?
All the Guardians are dead.
Just farm boxes, steal camps.
Yeah, it's just stealing camps, invading jungle, right? So the most valuable thing to invade is the double sinner sacrifice. That's like, you know, if you look at high level and teams have like a lead out of lane, they'll invade double, right? That's basically like, that's kind of the meta right now. Because as I said, when we talk about comeback mechanics right now, the way that these guys can come back into the games, these guys have 2 plays to come back into the game. Well, I guess they have 3. So first of all, right now they get more money for literally everything. Okay. So if they kill your Guardians, they're going to get some comeback souls. So they can kind of suicide for the Guardians. But right now you guys are so much stronger than them that it's going to be like almost impossible for them to get to the Guardians. They would need to do like some sort of like 4v2 play, and like they're going to lose so much on the map that it's probably not going to be worth it unless they get like some sort of like insane fight going for them. The best way for them to come back is essentially to secure their farm, because right now they are more than 25% behind or 20% behind, meaning that they'll get 25% more souls for everything they farm.
I see. Okay.
You have to steal their farm, because if you don't steal their farm, if you do your farm, they do their farm, you're losing.
Okay. Interesting.
So here, obviously, these guys are fighting you, so you should be happy to fight them. You and Hayes should be able to like essentially win this fight. There's 3 people here though, so just slightly dangerous. Yeah, so once again, you don't have the sinner's mind. Like this whole time, you should just be stealing their sinners, basically. Like you only want to fight. Yeah. Like the only time you want to fight is if they're trying to push your tower, or they're trying to contest you on your sinners, or they're just like out of position. Which right now they're just kind of chilling mid. You don't need to necessarily fight them. You just need to steal their sinners. And talking about economy, like the camp that you did there is worth less than doing the sinners. You understand how unsecured souls work in this game? Like the bags that people drop.
I'm assuming it's like reliable and unreliable gold.
Not like that, unfortunately. That would make our lives easy. Yeah, no. It doesn't work exactly like that. Okay, so basically, anything that you farm from the jungle is unsecured souls. Right, so as you can see right now, you have anything you farm from the jungle and anything from the boxes, right? So these orange boxes you just got, that's unsecured souls. And the way that it works is like slowly it gets incorporated into your regular souls. But if you spend your money, so right now, let's say you had a way to spend all 1900 of your souls, which is impossible, but let's just assume. If you spend all of your money, your unsecured souls always get spent last, but they still get spent. So let's say you have 1600 flat souls, right, total, and 400 of those are unsecured. If you spend 1600, all of them will disappear, so you won't have any unsecured souls. And when you die, you drop them, right? You drop your unsecured souls so the enemy can pick them up. So if you have like an 800 bag, like dying is like game losing. So you basically always want to try, like anytime you've been farming jungle, if you have a big unsecured bag, you just want to spend your money like the moment that you're at an even number, right? So let's say you're at 1600 or 2400 or 3200, you want to buy right away and spend all of your money, because then that'll make it so you don't have a bag at all. So then you can play aggressive without the risk of like feeding them thousands of gold.
Okay. Interesting. So I'm assuming my hero is not some gigafast tower taker. So should I just continue stealing camps, trying to aggress on heroes, etc., and wait for a point where we can kill mid boss, or what is the gameplay?
Yeah. So basically, the gameplay is you keep stealing their camps, you keep kind of getting your lead, and understand like, okay, your power spikes, same as any other MOBA. Like, okay, what am I really strong? Try to fight around those, and basically just try to take fights that are advantageous around objectives if you can. So the number one thing is like you said, the map options, like people can't just like TP react to a play in this game, right? And so you can outplay people a lot by just like counting where people are on the map, right? And just be like, oh, there's 3 right side, and so we have a guaranteed 4v3 on the left side or something. Let's just take that right now. I just bought, I'm really strong. Looking for those types of fights is what you want. And here you guys are so far ahead that basically like it's kind of awkward because there's not much to do because the urn has been done. But right now, like, and most of their camps is gone. So right now, like, it would be okay, for example, to farm your double sinners because there's not really that much better to do. Like, all of their sinners are gone. So you just want to keep pressuring your lanes, and in between that, like right here, what you're doing is kind of a waste of time when you could have just like that whole time just been doing your double sinners and then go back to that lane, and you basically just want to keep extending your lead if possible.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so the attempting to push the walker then when everyone is standing next to it is full grief.
Yes. This is exactly how you throw the game.
Yeah, okay.
Because you guys are up 20k, so in theory it's like they can't fight you, but they can fight you under walker because they all have resists, and on top of that they have a walker, So it's just kind of hard. And on top of that, walkers, okay, so I don't know if you knew this, but walkers have resistance that goes down. They have 2 types of resistance, just to make it complicated. Is one, which is based on the number of players near it, number of enemy players, so you, right? And 2 is based on time, right? So for example, at 10 minutes, they have like X% damage reduction, and then it goes all the way to 18 minutes. At 18 minutes, they get 0%, something like that. And on top of that, just to add insult to injury, the mid walker is tankier than the other walkers, so it's harder to take, and it's also just central, so it's just a nightmare to take.
Okay.
Like what you're doing here, like that's good. That's what you want to be doing.
Like, should I have cleared all the boxes in the room? Should you always clear all the boxes in your proximity, or what is the...
Yeah. So in this situation, yes, because there's nothing better to do. But very often, time is of the essence, right? So if like you need to go somewhere quickly, like especially as you get into higher ranked games, things just happen faster. Sometimes it's worth like just ignoring like just the box and just like going to a rotation faster. Like boxes are something that you do when there's nothing better to do. But it's very rare that your focus is going to be the box. You also need to understand about boxes. There's 3 box routes that are very, very efficient. Well, there's more, but this box route is the most efficient in the game. Like all the mid boxes. These are special because they spawn at 10 minutes, and these give more than a sinner sacrifice on average. It's a little RNG, but they'll pretty much always give you more than a sinner sacrifice. And on top of that, there's a bunch of golden statues, which also give buffs.
Souls and the statues are buffs.
Yes, correct.
I see.
And this is like the highest concentration of souls in the game, pretty much. Even if you include like camps, other than like tier 3 camps maybe. So this is like super valuable at high level, like at 10 minutes. These spawn at 10 minutes. Everybody's doing them right away. And then there's other box routes, which are the tunnel one. So this one here, right, where you go down, you go here, you get these boxes. Technically the full route, you can get all these boxes, right? And then you can climb up and you can kind of continue where you can get these boxes, and then there's some here usually. And then there's boxes here, which aren't there, and here. But anyway, like, and that's mirrored on both sides of the map. Those are basically like the highest concentration of boxes.
Okay.
So here you guys can pretty much force mid boss whenever, by the way. Obviously not at this rank.
Yeah, people don't understand. Not like hitting it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's the same in Dota. Like you're like in low ranks, like nobody does Roche, but it's just like,
Yeah, Dota's funny because Roche isn't actually that good. Its mid boss is way better than Roche's.
Yeah. I mean, mid boss is like OP. Like it's just like, I mean, it's very clear to me that the way they've designed this game, they essentially want the game to end in like 30 minutes. they don't want the game to be longer than 30 minutes. I think they might have been unhappy about Dota's game length, or like they don't want another Dota. That's why mid boss is so like OP. Or at least that's my take on it. I don't actually know. But the reason why you can force it is because like you guys just like you guys are so much stronger, and on top of that you have Kelvin, which is like kind of the king of mid boss with Dome. I'm not afraid of any of them basically if you guys fight in mid.
And is what's the like a 10k gold in this game? How I don't know how much Dota you still play or watch or whatever, but how much gold lead is that in Dota?
10k lead in this game is probably like a 5k lead in Dota. But it's about half, yeah. The economy is about twice as fast in this game, I would say, on average. Because like basically like everybody's kind of over 1,000 souls per minute, so you can pretty much cut all the numbers in half to equate it to Dota terms. But he asked me what role I played in Dota. I was an offlaner. I peaked at 6.5k OMR, so I was a bit of a noob.
I mean, that was back when OMR was not like obscenely inflated.
So I was like, I was like bottom of NA Immortal, so definitely not a complete noob, but like not very good. Okay, so you guys got mid boss. And then you should do the urn, and then basically, it should be wraps. You guys have 30k lead, like it's pretty much over for them. It should be. Yeah, I mean, if they came back, like you guys would need to like, I would guess their win probability, Dota plus win probability right now is probably like 98% for you, if I had to guess. Basically, the only time the game is throwable with a significant lead is when mid boss is about to spawn. So if you guys ever take like a bad fight and mid boss is about to spawn, then they can kind of flip the entire game on its head, right? Because if they get 1 or 2 picks and then they get mid boss, even if they're down like 40k souls, it's fine. So that's really the only time
before Roche spawns. Same thing.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Except way more OP.
Yeah, except
like you can play around Aegis, you can't play around Rejuve. Okay. Yeah, this game's pretty much over. I don't really think there's much point in continuing. You guys are up 40k with Rejuve, so I just want to give you a couple things to kind of like focus on. We'll do like some hero specific, and then we'll do like some generic. But basically, I like to keep it pretty simple, because if I give you too many things, it's not really that helpful. Although I'm sure that your capacity to absorb information is much higher than a lot of people that I coach, but still. Okay, so on Wraith, basically I want you to think of 0 to 15 minutes equals get rich, prio sinners, tier 3 camps as soon as you can. And then basically 15 to 25 minutes equals take walkers, take side lane 1v1s. That's basically like the Wraith, like the Wraith playbook. And then after that, it's just like you want to play front to back. You basically want to make sure that you're playing behind some of your players, and just focus on shooting and win fight, go mid. That's basically like, want to make sure that you're not like in front of your other players and stuff, and you're standing like somewhere in the middle of the fight. And like the way the damage fall off works in this game is that most guns don't have any fall off before 20 meters. You don't have like any downside to be 20 meters away. Like you still do full damage. The big difference on Mina is basically 0-15 mins. Okay, so I'm just gonna assume you're gonna win your lane, because I think a lot of the time you will, because Mina's really strong. It's basically steal camps, steal sinners, show up around like power spikes, like this can be tank buster, this can be whatever, like cultist, etc. Doesn't really matter, right? Any power spike that you think is irrelevant. And then 15 to 25 mins is basically like the way that you win games as active heroes is like abuse jump pads, teleporters, and zip lines in order to like take number advantage fights. And then the other thing, you will need to kind of limit test like who you can and can't fight, and like what items they need or whatever. I would say that's just, and then basically it's after that, it's essentially like Mina is a little bit of like she's a burst hero, right? Where she can go in the backline, sometimes burst someone and then just like back. So like, like burst assassin playstyle. But basically like, try to think of who you can burst and target them in fights. And basically general tips, I would say, I'll give you like farm prio is basically thinners, which are the boxes, tier 3 camps, if you can do them. And then after that, it's basically like tier 2 camps equals boxes. It's pretty much like, depending on the time in the game, it does vary a little bit, right? But generally speaking, like tier 2 camps and boxes are pretty comparable a lot of the time, especially if you're doing the box routes. Mid boxes are going to be like, technically the mid boxes that I showed you are like probably like right here on most heroes. Like they're probably like a higher priority than tier 3 camps, because anyone can do them. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think I'm good.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. It was a pleasure talking to you. I've been watching you for a long time in Dota when I played, so yeah, it's really cool to be able to do this, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. My win rate is going to skyrocket. Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, of course. All right, have a good one.